सत्यमेव जयते नानित्रम् उत्तिष्ठितं जाग्रत प्राप्य वरान्. Hey, welcome in the morning. It is 6:25 and we are live this now to reach you, teach you and preach you the real Sanatana Dharma from the Manuscript of century old version. In the episode number 4, today we will be reached to you, we will be preached to you and we will be teach to you of the Rivarta. The evolution spoke up in the last verses is carried on by the Jiva passing from body to body. The body is improving as his power unfolds. This is called Rivarta, reincarnation or transmigration. The word reincarnation means literally taking flesh again, coming again into a physical body. The word transmigration means passing from one place to another, passing into a new body. Either word can be used equally well. Let us see what is the purpose described by the words. The Jiva we have seen in a portion of Brahman, a portion of myself. A Jiva says Shri Krishna. He contains the power of Brahman is Brahman. Though art that the Shruti teaches, but yet there is a difference in space and time, and the seed is different from the tree. The tree produces a seed, giving it its own nature. It drops the seed on the ground and the seed slowly grows, putting out its hidden power until it becomes a tree like its parent. It can become nothing else because its nature is the same as that of the parent. Also, so with the Jiva like a seed, he is dropped into matter by Ishvara. The slowly grows, putting out his hidden power until he becomes Ishvara. He can become nothing else because his nature is the same as that his parents Ishvara. Ishvara is said to be wise and powerful, Jiva to be unwise and powerless. But the Jiva grows into the wisdom and power, and that growth is what is called evolution. We have seen that the Jiva began in the mineral kingdom his long pilgrimage through the physical world. At that stage, he is unconscious of the outer world. His attention is called to it. Its existence is forced on him by violent shocks and blown from outside. Earthquakes, volcans, landslides, slipped, the rolling of the furious surf, these and many other violent agencies arouse the Jiva's attention to the fact that he is not alone, that there is something outside him. If the pupil read the accounts of the very early periods of the Earth's history, he will struck by the number of big catastrophes. All these were necessary to awaken the Jivas. After a very long time, the Jivas were sufficiently awake to be fit for softer and more flexible bodies than minerals, and they went into the plants, while others coming out later from Ishvaram took their places in the mineral kingdom. The Jivas in the plants now become more conscious of the outer world, feeling the warm touch and sun and the gentle breeze and the life-giving rain. As they grew older and more sensitive, they passed into the longer-lived plants such as shrubs and trees. And in these, more of these inner powers unfolded till they were ready to go on into the animal kingdom, while the younger ones came on into the vegetable kingdom, and others still younger in the minerals. And now in the animal kingdom, the jivas got on much faster, and by hunting for food and fighting and outwitting each other's, the sense of the simple mental powers were brought out and strengthened until at last the animal forms were no longer good enough for them, as they needed the human in order that their evolution should not stop. The pupil may ask, what makes the forms evolve in suit the jiva? The jiva's own efforts. He wants to look out through the wall of the matter, the encloses him. He tries to see, and his outward going energy works on the wall and slowly, very, very slowly evolve an eyes. And so with all the senses and all the organs, he wants to build. He is trying to see. Agni gives him some of his own fiery matter, which vibrate when touched by rays of light. When he wants to taste, Varuna gives him some of his own watery matter, which makes tasty possible, and so on. In this way, he makes his bodies, and when he has shaped one as much as he can, and it is of no further use to him, he throws it away and makes another. He evolves faster and faster as he goes on, because his powers, as they work more freely, can bring about result much more quickly than in the earlier stages. This is the general process of evolution, and the succession has been told about as tough it were unbroken, so that the pupil may grasp the main idea what in nature, while the general stream is onward, there are many little twisted and turnings and running up into the byways. A jiva may slip backward for a time, stay a while in a stage that he has long left behind him. There is something he has not quite learned, some power he has not quite evolved, and he falls by this into a lower stage. Again, as a boy at the pugilism, it has were ID might be put back into a lower class or session. A jiva which has been reached the human stage may be attached to an animal or to a plant, or if he very tasmic, even to a stone, till he has learned to use the human form better. Then he is like a man in prison, shut out from human society and unable to see his human powers for want of freedom. But the jiva is not to be tied forever to the wheel of birth and death. The rope that ties him to this wheel are his desire. So long as he desired objects that belong to his earth, he must come back to this earth in order to possess and enjoy these objects. But when he sees the desire, these objectives, then the rope are broken and he is free. He need not to born anymore. He has reached liberation. He is then called a mukta, a free jiva. Often muktas remain in this world to help its progress, so that other jivas may get free sooner than they otherwise would. We read about such muktas in the Vedas and Puranas and the Ishita. Sometimes they are great rishis or kings, and sometimes they are quite simple people. But whatever they may be in outside appearance, they are pure and unselfish and calm and live only to help others. They are content to labor for the good of the world, and they know they are one with Ishvara. देहिनो अस्विनम यथा देहे कुमार यौवनचर यथा देहांत पश्चात पितृधर्म स्वस्त्रोनः मुविदति. As the dweller in the body experienced in the body childhood, youth, old age, so passant he on to another body, the steadfast one gripped not threat. अंतवंदतो इमे देवा निस्ततो योग शरीरागम अनानीशते प्रायसे मेवमस्तदाम यदुभात भारत यविवेदति हंतरानाय यश्चने च मनते हंतम उभोतो तमो न विजानितो नाये हंति न हतै न जाततो निम्प्राहे वा कदाचन नाये भूत्वा भवित वा न अजो नित्य शाश्वते तमो पुराणगाने ना हंतते हन्यमाने शरीरे वेदा विनाशिनं नित्यम एजमज्जमयव्यम. कथा स पुरुष पारथ कम धातयति हन्ति कमं वासिनी जीवाणि यथा व्याहे नवानि गृहाति नरोपराधागारे तथा श्रीराणि व्याहे जीर्गाणि न्यायानि सतायन् सयाति नवानि देहि देहि नियतोद्योजोपत्ने देहि सर्वस भारत तस्मान स्वर्णतमानि एवं तत्त्वशेषि तुर्सितन. Eternal, indestructible and boundless are known as the finite. Therefore fight, O Bharata. He who regards this is a slayer, and he who thinks he is slain, both of them are ignorant. He slayeth not, nor is he slain. He is not born nor doth he die, nor having been seized he may he any more to be unborn. Perpetual, eternal, ancient, he is not slain when the body is slaughtered. Who knoweth him indestructible, perpetual, unborn, undiminishing, he can that may slay, O Partha, or cause to be slain. As a man casting off worn out garments take the new one, so he dweller in the body casting off worn out bodies earthen into other that are new. This dweller in the body of everyone is ever invulnerable, O Bharata. Therefore those shouldst not grieve for any creature. Tadyata peshasakari पेशसुमात्र मुदापायानित वरंत्र कल्यापुराणत्र स्वरूपम तनुत एवमे यादवे च शरीर च निहाताय विद्यता गम इत्तिवनामि यनंतवत्रण कल्याणगत्रतनमा रूपकृते. As a goldsmith, having taken a piece of gold, makes another form new and more beautiful, so very the Atma, having cast off this body and having put away avidya, makes another new and more beautiful form. Brahmaragya dhadya karmagani sangha tayaktva karoti yam lipasatena papena padvamitram vishwasavalam yanena mansa buddhacha केवले नित्रेद्येरेपि यज्ञेन कर्मतः कुर्वते सङ्गतत्त्वानि सत्त्वमे मशुद्धहेत्वहम् अयुक्तकर्मफलात् तद्वक्ता शान्तिमानयोनोति नैष्टरी किम् अयुक्ततं कामकारेण फलैः सतो निबध्यते. He who acts placing all actions in Brahman and bonding attachment is unaffected by sin as a lotus leaf by the water. Yogis, having abandoned attachment, perform action only by the body, by the mind, by the reason, and even by the sense for the purification of itself. The harmonized man, having abandoned the fruit of action, attains in the eternal peace. The non-harmonized, impelled by desire, attached to fruit, are bound. विद्या विनय सबलम ब्राह्मणादो गावे हस्तिनि शुनि चैव शवापके न पंडिताः समर्थदर्शिन इततेवे तेजतीनि स्वर्गे ये पसामे स्थितिमा निर्दोष हि समः ब्राह्मणः तस्माद् ब्राह्मणि ते तिष्ठता. न अप्रदपेशे प्रिये प्राप्य न दोजेते प्राप्य चामे प्रियम् शिथिर्बुद्धि सर्वमुसैर्य ब्रह्मविद् ब्राह्मणे स्थितिते ब्रह्म परमेश्वरस्ता काह्यतातां विन्दनीयः त्यामि यतः सुखम्. स ब्रह्मणा योगतगाथाये सुखदं यच्चाति मनुष्यते. Six look equal on a brahmana adored with learning and humanity, a cow, a elephant, even a dog and a horse. Even here on earth they have conquered the universe whose mind remain balanced. Brahman is incorruptible and balanced, therefore they are established in Brahman. One should neither rejoice in obtaining what is pleasant nor sorrow in obtaining what is unpleasant, with reason firm. Unperplexed, the Brahmana's knower is established in Brahman. He whose self is unattached to external context and finds joy in self, having the self harmonized with Brahman by yoga, enjoy happiness exempt from decay. Yato hanto sukho तंतपराध समस्त तथा जयत्रिनी तेरेव च यम सहयोगे ब्राह्मण निर्गामन ब्राह्मण भूतो धे गच्छति लभते ब्राह्मण निर्वागायाम मृषस्य दीर्घकलं कलंपशाम छिन्नपेव यतायातनं सर्वभूत तिहेरत. काम क्रोध विनुकानाया यतीना यचेमतं साम अभिभृतो ब्राह्मण निर्गामने वर्तते विदितातं नाम. He who is happy within, who rejoices within, and who is illuminated within, that yogi become Brahman, go to the nirvana of Brahman. Rishis, their sins destroyed their duality, removed their sleeves, controlled intent upon the welfare of all beings, obtain the nirvana of Brahman. The nirvana of Brahman lies near to those who know themselves, who are disjoined from desire and passion, subdues, aside of controlled mind.